Okay, before we get started, is there anything in particular that any of you would like to talk about today? Is anyone having a struggle that they need help with?
I have a struggle, like always. I'm struggling. I am just struggling with like, going away and just like, I don't really want to really ask anybody to like, do because I didn't create this relationship with any other agent yet. So I just want to, I kind of just like, I'm a little bit stressed out because I feel like I'm going away for such a long time and I'm missing out. But I will do my lead generation and everything else, but I just don't think I want to, work with another agent to like ask them to do showings for me or something like that.
So it sounds like you're going to be on vacation for a while. How long will you be gone?
2 months.
Oh, okay, that is an extended vacation. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to make money during those 2 months by having an agent help you, or do you want to just let those 2 months go and lose money potentially?
Well, I don't want to lose money, but as I said, I didn't really establish like a relationship yet with anybody who I would just like would say trust to like do this with.
So you can do everything remotely with the exception of showing the house and opening the house for an inspection, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why wouldn't you trust somebody to open a house for you?
I don't know. I don't know.
So there is a roster in the PC toolkit. So it's toward the bottom, and it tells you who all the agents are over at the Central Coast. So I mean, if there's any Central Coast agents on here that would be willing to help, you might reach out to Adina, because that's a long time to leave your business. And if you're going to lead gen for 2 months while away, what are you going to do with any of the business that you get? So I would really think hard about that, because there's no reason not to trust your fellow agents in having them show up for you.
Yeah, it's nothing against anyone. It's just like because I haven't, been with the companies too long. So for me to build trust with anyone, it takes a while. So it's not like specifically against, anybody.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to suggest if you want to continue that part of the conversation, maybe go to Ask a Coach later today. Because we're not going to, let's see.
Yeah, you just asked about the struggle.
Linnell is offering in the chat to help Adina, so you might reach out.
Yeah, I love Linnell. That's what I'm saying. I love you guys. It's nothing against anyone. It's just, I will maybe talk to Linnell then.
I have a question about that though.
Yes.
So would you, let's say I have a client that wants to buy a house, right? But I'm not able to show him properties or whatever. Would I refer them to another agent and have that agent, and let's say if that agent is able to convert that person as a buyer, then I will be referred? Or would I be like, say, hey, I'm gonna pay him to show this person properties, and then I'm gonna be doing the paperwork? But then, I mean, you're not gonna be in this, like Adina's saying, I'm not gonna be in the same town. So would you just be basically better to just refer them straight from the get-go and then have them try to qualify them? Like, how would you get paid out?
So that's a really good question, Carlos. And with people probably coming up to vacations, whether it's now or after the first of the year, this is a good thing to talk about for just a minute. So in Adina's case, Adina, I might even just refer the client, because you're going to be gone probably for the entirety of a potential transaction, right? So if you refer the client to an agent and get a referral fee, then you don't have to worry about it, but you know that that can be handled. And that's for anyone. If you're going to be gone for an extended period of time and not able to do a fiduciary service to your client, then you should refer it to another agent who will be able to help them properly. Okay. Also, if it's just a matter of you're gonna be gone a day or two or a short period of time, and that happens to be when a client wants to see a house, you can either work with an agent where you show property for them, they show property for you when you guys are gone and you mutually agree and nobody has to pay anybody. Or you can pay somebody money to show property, $100 a door or $50 a door, or whatever the going rate is in your area. Or whatever there's no set fee, it's whatever you agree to with the other person, okay? If they show the property and decide they want to write an offer, the client's still going to come to you to write the offer. Unless you're not able to, and if you're not able to, then you'll want to either refer it or do a co-transaction with the agent.
Yeah, that's exactly what Carlos said is stressing me out, because I don't feel like I'm able to do all these steps from Hungary, like I rather just have someone who would just, do the job for me, because I can't really do it.
Yeah, then just refer it to just have somebody set up ahead of time before you leave, who, if anything comes up, you can refer the business to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if they're not qualified, right?
Say that again?
Even if they're not qualified, you just hey, look, if this person wants to buy, I'm gonna refer you to this person. Then it's up to the agent to get it qualified.
Why would you be showing property to anybody not qualified? No
well,
one.
I'm not sure. What I'm saying is, yeah, you're right. Well, what I'm saying is let's say like she's in Hungary, right? And then she gets a client calling her saying, hey, I want to buy, I want to look at properties. She can't show nobody those properties. For her to refer it to somebody else, would she ask for, hey, if you're able to convert this person as a buyer, I want to get paid? Would she get, I'm going to refer this person to you? Or how would that work?
So even from Hungary or from anywhere that you may travel, right, you can send a link to a lender's application to get them qualified. Okay, so you could still do that potentially and hand over a perfectly qualified client to the realtor that you're referring it to. And if not, you would simply be upfront with the person you're referring to and letting them know that, hey, I have this person that wants to buy, they're eager, they haven't yet been qualified, so you'll have to connect them with the lender. Would you like the client and pay me a referral fee? Don't overcomplicate this, guys. It's not that hard. And just to go back for a second, Carlos, we should never be showing property to a client that is not pre-approved, especially not pre-qualified, right? Because that's the minimum barrier, in my opinion, to entry to a home. Because just think how you would feel if you had small children and dogs and other things going on in a busy life, and somebody wants to show property and you got to pack all this stuff up and clean the house and go, only to get feedback from the realtor, oh, it turns out they weren't qualified, they can't afford the house. That's just not cool. So we don't do that. We don't want to get anybody's hopes up. The only thing that you might do is you might give one freebie, meaning they're not fully qualified yet, but based on questions that you've asked, you're pretty confident they will be. You just have to dot the I's and cross the T's, right? Then you could show them one house as long as it's vacant. But let them know that you cannot show them anything else until they're fully qualified. Okay? The way that works well is particularly with an internet lead. Are any of you getting internet leads, like from Facebook or anything like that? Yeah, Emily. I know with internet leads, the only way to potentially grab them and keep them is to get face-to-face with them immediately. And so you may need to show a house. You're going to want to make sure, though, that you have that qualifying conversation, which you can find those questions in the PC toolkit, right? Because if you don't have an inkling that they're serious and that they will qualify, you should not be showing anyone property. Okay, it's just not cool. All right. Anyone else have a struggle or even a win, something that you would like to share for the good of the group that might help out the group?
I got a quick little win. Later today, I should be submitting an offer for a client on a house that, after talking to the listing agent, I believe should be accepted. So hopefully by the end of the week, I'll be opening my first escrow.
Wow, congratulations. That's awesome. Even if for some reason it doesn't get accepted, just so quickly, Kelly, to be working with clients and submitting offers, because I know you've submitted one before already, right?
Yeah, it's for the same client. The one before was not accepted, which
Awesome.
could have been expected. It was kind of a lower offer for the house, and I think it kind of helps get my client in a better state of mind.
Yeah.
He always wants something a little bit lower than what they're asking for. But then again, who doesn't, right?
Yeah, that's sometimes they just have to experience the rejection before they take you seriously.
Yeah, we learn more from our mistakes, right?
Absolutely. Remember, there's no such thing in my world as failing, right? What's FAIL stand for? Anybody remember? F.A.I.L. What's it stand for? How do we do this here? I haven't done this in a while. Everybody see that? I can't see you guys now. It's really weird to write with a finger. What's it say?
It says fail. First attempt in learning.
There you go. It's only one way to really truly fail, and that's not to try at all. First attempt in learning. So we call that failing forward. And by the way, that what you said, Kelly, made me think of that. That was not a failure on your part, that your offer did not get accepted. So Kelly, you had a question. I think I saw it pop up in the chat. It's kind of hard to see from where I'm standing because it pops up this big in the corner. About a referral fee, was that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was curious if there was an industry standard for a referral fee, or if Keller Williams as a company had their own standard.
So industry standard tends to be 25%. I have seen them lower, I've seen them higher. It's also common to go 30-35%. It kind of depends on the circumstances, depends on how much work you may have already done or not done with the client, price point, what the other agent expects. So it's a negotiation between you and the agent, but typically it's around 25%.
Okay, so I actually had someone ask me last night to list their house in Folsom, and I don't necessarily plan on driving up to Sacramento every other weekend.
Yeah, that might be a little difficult. I happen to know some great agents in that area if you need help with a referral.
Perfect. I've reached out to the person who asked me that again today to try to get their contact information so I can reach out and get a finger on the situation. So I'll reach out to you shortly.
Awesome. All right.
I have some winning planning. I'm gonna do before I leave. I'm leaving this Sunday. I'm gonna do all these video messages to my SOI, what Brian suggested. I really like that idea. So I'm gonna send every Christmas video message.
So speaking of reaching out to SOI, who has been reaching out to everyone in their SOI this month?
Me. Did it, thanks.
Okay, I don't see enough hands going up.
I'm working on it.
Okay, what'd you say?
I'm new to this completely. Just got my license, brand new. SOI stands for?
SOI stands for Sphere of Influence, and you'll learn a lot about that real quick, I promise. Good question. When you watch the orientation video, which I saw you sign up for, That'll answer a little bit more of that, okay? All right. Okay, because you guys, I know we've said this repeatedly and it bears repeating because not everybody does it, right? This is the best time of year. This is your chance to get that missing information. How many of you have databases that don't have phone numbers for every single person or emails for every single person or mailing and physical addresses for every single person? I guarantee you all have several contacts that are missing at least one of those pieces of information. There's never going to be a better time of year to get that information. People are willing to give it out right now. So who's making those phone calls during daily kickstart or whatever time you're doing your lead gen and asking people for the missing information? Couple of you. So does that mean the rest of you have fully filled out databases with all information? If not, make sure that you're doing that. Don't miss this boat. Okay? There's only going to be one other time coming up, and it kind of all comes in with this, but I don't want you to wait this long. It's going to be January. You're going to have a second chance if you need it, if you didn't have a chance to reach out to everybody this month. Okay, and we'll give you some scripts around that to help you. But be reaching out, go through your databases, search the people that don't have phone numbers. Email them, search the people that don't have emails, call them. There is no better time than right now. Okay, and how many of you think that, and be truthful, raise your hand if you think that everyone you know in your SOI is in command. All right, need some help with that? If you go to the PC toolkit, if you go to the PC toolkit and go into the tools for success folder, there are 3 memory joggers in there. I'm going to put one on the screen here. If every day you were to look at this and each day, and let's just do number 1 right now. So I want everybody to get a pen and pencil or a tablet or notes on your phone or whatever. We're all going to do this exercise together. Okay? What immediate family members, spouses, family members, extended family members, even if they don't live here, you need to add them for referrals. So what family members or family members of your spouse or others are not in command? I'm going to give you a minute to write down as many names as you can think of.
A few moments later.
So if you had some free time and you decided to go to the new movie that just came out, whichever one that is, I'm sure there's a few, I rarely go, or you want to go shopping or you want to go do something, who is it that you would want to do it with? Who would you call? Who would you call right now if you only had 1 minute to call somebody to go? And are they in your database? And if not, write their name down. Is your best friend in there? Is their significant other in there? What about your significant other and their friends? Okay, so we've been doing this maybe what, 2.5, 3 minutes? How many came up with at least one name? Raise your hand so we can all see. Who came up with 5 names? 10, 15, 20. Lance, how many?
I got 16.
Nice job. We did a 3-minute exercise and we didn't even scratch the surface, guys. Pull this up in the toolkit. Anybody here have less than 100 people in their command database? And it's okay, you just got started. No judgment. Okay, less than 100? Valerie, would this be a good exercise for you? Yeah, how many did you come up with in just these 3 minutes?
I did come up with my husband's family that I haven't added yet because they all live out of town, but I do think the whole referral conversation, yeah, I need to add those guys and talk to them more.
Yeah, awesome. So think about going through this entire list, right? Set a reminder in your calendar to look at this list every day and take 5 minutes, 10 if you'd like, read through it and write as many names as you can think of like this. Because the key isn't for this to be time taxing, right? We can all usually think of something super quick. But it's when we have to start thinking too hard, that's when it kind of goes south. Do this 4 times a year. Set it up, set a reminder for yourself to quarterly look at these. There's also another one in there that's a little bit different and we'll go even get more specific as to different people. So use these to benefit yourselves. What's, Lance, 16 people, turn that into dollars. How many people statistically of those 16 should do a deal with you in a year if you keep in touch with them 36 times for a year?
What is it, like 3%?
Well, it's at least 2, right, of 16, because it's about 1 in every 6 to 7 people.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your average commission?
Average
18?
commission's 18,000.
So you just found $36,000 potentially for a year from now if you keep in touch with them. Who has at least 100? So if you don't have at least 100, you've got some work to do, okay? But there's even more work. Who has more than 100? Okay, most of you. 150? Keep your hands up if it's true. 200? 250? 300? Okay, how many, Emily?
I think it's around 350 the last time I looked.
Good job. Claudia, how many?
About the same, 354.
Okay, good job, by the way, because I know you did some work on that to make your database work for you. Linnell, how many?
Sorry, I was checking really quick. 349.
Awesome. Okay, the key number to get to is 300. Minimum of 250, as fast as possible. Because then you will be on the way to having a very profitable business. But it includes more than just putting them in, right? You have to stay in touch with them. So is everybody on Neighborhood Nurtures bi-monthly? So they get touched 26 times a year. Are you calling everyone 4 times a year? On the phone, not text, not email. Are you talking to them? That is the best way to build relationships, is to actually talk to them, either face to face or on the phone. The other ways are great and not as successful. So you can do all kinds of different things with your 36 touch plan, but you cannot take away 4 personal touches, 4 phone calls, if you want this to work. Yeah, it's an easy way to do it. I saw that come through. Kelly, you put them in a few at a time on the spreadsheet?
Yeah, I've been putting them on the spreadsheet, but I've yet to import them over to over to my command app. So I have, dozens on the spreadsheet, but I only have like 5 or 6 actually in command. So I need to get that over. So that's my bad for improperly planning.
Yeah, getting them in there as soon as possible, because that's when the system can really go to work for you. That's when you start working smarter, not harder. Let the system do the work, except for the 4 personal touches. But the system will tell you when it's time to do those touches. Yep.
Is that gonna be in the toolbar that you're talking about? Or is
Yeah,
that-
you'll learn all
okay.
of this as you go.
Gotcha.
I promise.
I'm like so lost right now.
That's okay. It's okay. Glad you're here though. Amor, did you have a question?
I did want to comment on the spreadsheet. I was starting to do that with one of my coaches mentioned not to do that, to go ahead and go one by one as a doctor would, as if you're having an appointment. And as you're inputting them, creating that conversation, inputting all the information so that you know that you're going through, creating the smart plan, and then moving on to the next person. So I stopped doing the spreadsheet to make sure that I'm touching all of my SOI.
And that's great, because it is super important to do that with all of them. And it's a personal preference too, right? You can input them all via spreadsheet and then go back to, if you have a lot, use DTD4 as you're reaching out to them the first time. Make sure that you're filling in all that information. So you can do it that way too. It's whatever works best for you. Thank you for sharing that, Amor.
Thank you.
And tags are very important too. I'm being made aware of that. Don't think about it. You're making a ridiculous tag because you never know. Let's say dog owners, if he's a dog owner, put a dog owner as a tag. That way, in case an event comes up where something's going on and you want to like call all your dog owners, you just put dog owners and then a list of dog owners are gonna pop up.
Yeah,
I'm still working on that.
Yeah, you cannot have too many tags, right? Because you're not going to put them all on every person. And someone's been paying attention to Ignite. Good job. Well, I know that we talk about this kind of stuff somewhat often, and there's a reason, right? Because how many times, so let me ask you, since the last time you were in a conversation about this, whether it was in Mastermind, whether it was in your coaching, whether it was some other class that you took, what action that you knew you needed to implement did you take and do from that? And you don't have to answer this out loud unless you want to, or did you take in all that information and go, oh, wow, I really need to do that, and then never did it? And I'm sure we're all guilty of both of those things, right? From time to time. So take action, guys. You guys know we're coming up to a real estate year that's going to be very different this year. Okay? Those of you that are brand new, I think that's phenomenal because you don't know anything else. That's going to help you be successful this year. Those of you that started where we had more buyers than we knew what to do with, you guys are going to have some mindset changes to make. Okay, and we're going to be talking a lot about that in your coaching, because every single one of you have the ability to have a phenomenal year if you take action. But if you just come week after week after week and hear what we say and don't do anything, you're not going to have a great year. And raise your hand if you don't want to have a good year next year. Okay, good thing no one raised their hand. I might have to come through the screen. So, does everybody read the emails when I send them out? I try not to send too many. I know some of you in your first 90-ish days get a few extra. Okay, they do slow down after that, I promise. And they're important when we send them. We don't send them just for fun. Okay, I'm not gonna bore you guys with unnecessary stuff. But did you get the email I sent out? I think it was maybe a week ago. I've lost track of time. That we have our new hashtag for next year. Anybody know what it is? Everybody's really quickly looking for an email from Jodi. I will tell you.
I don't remember that. I must have missed it or I didn't get it. I'm looking through it.
If it's to be, it's up to me in 2023. That is going to be the PC slogan, motto, whatever you want to call it, for 2023. If it's to be, it's up to me in 2023. No one else can do it for you. Your coaches can't do it for you. We can help keep you on track. We can give you lots of great ideas. We can hold you accountable. We can push you. We can't do it for you. So write that down. If it's to be, it's up to me in 2023. Because I am determined as productivity coach to have our agents that are in our coaching program show all these other agents that are going to freak out by all the headlines and panic and not do anything. But you guys aren't, right? That's why you're here every week. You're going to get it done. Remember 2021 was get it done in 2021? So who is determined to make 2023 their best real estate year yet? And if it's your first year, it's still going to be your best real estate year yet, right?
Gonna say it's an unfair advantage if I didn't do anything this year, but
and right, so it's not an unfair advantage. Actually, I would argue, like I said a little bit ago, those of you that just are starting and or have only been going for 3, maybe 4 months, you have an advantage because you don't know anything else. You don't know any other market. That's actually an advantage to you because you're just going to apply the tools, you're going to do what you need to do, and you're going to do great. Anyone that has the mindset of a year or two ago and thinks that, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, it'll be fine, that's going to be a problem. We got to have some mindset changes. So I know some of you have done this exercise and some of you have not. So we're going to do it again because I want you to understand the importance of mindset. Who would agree that mindset is a powerful tool, for good or bad?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do a quick exercise. I know at least one of you has done this, maybe 2. So play along anyway. Pretend that there is a lemon in front of you. Okay. Anybody know what I'm about to do?
Make lemonade.
Okay, a couple of people. All right, so there's a lemon in front of you. I want you to pick it up and I want you to hold it up where we can see it in the camera. Hold it in front of you, in front of your face, okay? Okay, smell it. Is it bright yellow? Okay, now I want you to squeeze it. Get those juices going, make it soft. Ooh, this is gonna be really good to squeeze, right? Starting to smell it a little bit more. No, Kelly, that's cheating. No, that's cheating.
No real lemons.
No. Okay, squeeze that lemon, right? Squeeze that lemon. Now, take a big bite. What just happened? Valerie,
It was very sour.
Salivate.
My jaw locked. I could already like feel it getting ready to block.
What happened for you?
I just imagined a lemon and biting it, so I just like got the spritz or like the sprays it when you bite it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so who had a sour feeling? Raise your hand if you had a
Nice.
sour feeling.
Nice and
Make
tart.
faces. Okay, guess what, guys? You didn't have a lemon in your hand. You didn't bite anything. So why'd you get a sour taste? That's why you couldn't use a real lemon, Kelly.
Yeah, it makes sense now. Because we all had that sour taste because the mental association with lemons. We all know what it's supposed to taste like.
So we set our mind that we had a lemon in our hand and we got it all juicy and bit it and we got sour face. Mindset matters.
Unless we make a lemonade, then it's sweet and put some sugar in.
You still have a sensation, right? Mindset matters. So I like to do that exercise from time to time, especially when we have a bunch of newer people that haven't done it, because it really drives that point home. Now, mindset matters. Does mind share matter? What's mind share?
That be sharing the motivation you have with others, or?
So mindset is our thinking, right? It's our thinking affects how we perform, what we do. Mind share is making sure others know about you. I.e. going back to that touch program that we talked about a few minutes ago. Because remember, some people call their SOI, they talk to their SOI, and they may get a little discouraged because nothing's happening yet. I keep doing this and nothing's happening. Well, first of all, if you're telling me you're doing it, nothing's happening, I would challenge, are you doing enough? Okay. Secondly, are you really doing nothing? Is nothing happening? What is happening every time you talk to someone?
You're advertising yourself, right? Every time you talk to somebody, they think of you, they know what you do. They know that you're there for them in case they need any real estate help or advice. Just a nice little reminder.
You are adding to the mind share. You're adding to their mind share. You, as a realtor. Most of the time when you talk to people, they don't have a need the day you talk to them. We can't control when somebody needs to do business. We can control if we're top of mind when they do. And how do you get to be top of mind?
Contact.
Stay in touch with them. 36 touch plans. We're going to do one more quick little exercise. A couple of you have probably done this. So this is going to show you the importance of mind share. Okay. I'm going to name a product. You're going to, so everybody needs to unmute. Everyone unmute right now. I'm going to name a product, a type of product, and you're going to say the first brand, second brand, third brand that comes to your mind. Okay? Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Toothpaste.
Crest.
Crest.
Colgate.
Another one.
Okay, wait.
Another one.
Name.
Sensodyne.
That's the
Okay. Running shoe.
Nike.
Puka.
Adidas.
Get
Converse.
Converse.
Okay. Bandage.
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid.
Purad.
I'm out.
Band-Aid.
Okay. Tissue.
Kleenex.
Kleenex.
Walmart brand.
Toilet paper.
Wait.
Charmin,
Okay.
ultrasound.
Burger drive-through.
In-N-Out.
Getting out. McDonald's.
Charlie.
The McDonald's fries.
Okay, one more. Realtor.
Me.
Hey, Adina.
Okay, now I know a couple of you, and I should have told you not to participate in that one. Knew what to say there. How many, and please be honest, how many that have not done that exercise before did not think of your own name? Did you think another realtor's name? Did you think Keller Williams? Right?
I thought Keller Williams, yeah.
Yeah. So the key to that exercise is if you're not top of mind in your own mind, how do you expect to be top of mind in your SOI? So, and remember, as we went through each of those things, right? Toothpaste, running shoes, all those things, you guys quickly said the first one super fast. Everybody did. Did you notice how you slowed down to come up with the second one? And if you had to come up with a third one, you really had to start thinking. And a few of them, you guys just stopped because you couldn't think of anything else. Why is that?
Because Band-Aid has monopolized the bandage world, and now we all know it as Band-Aid. Same thing with Kleenex.
Yeah. Kleenex is a brand. It's not, everybody says, can I have a Kleenex? It's not a Kleenex, it's a tissue. Everybody says, can I have a Band-Aid? It's not a Band-Aid, it's a bandage. Same thing with jacuzzi. It's a hot tub. Stop. It's not a jacuzzi. Jacuzzi's a brand name. Band-Aid's a brand name. But we're familiar with what we use and what we see. Those are examples. The companies that you shouted out first with whatever one it was, for whatever reason, they stick with you because they market to you, because they appeal to you. So same thing with you and your clients and your SOI. You have to get yourself out there. You have to stay in touch with them so that you are top of mind when they have a need to do business or when they run into somebody that has a need to do business. Those of you that have been around a little bit longer, have you yet experienced another one of your friends or family members or a neighbor on your block list a house or buy a house with someone else? Almost every agent has. How much did that suck? So if you had been in touch with them more, would the outcome have been different? Now, in fairness, if it was your first week as a realtor, well, okay, maybe you hadn't had time to get to them, but you get the point, right? So don't be a secret agent. That's only good in the CIA. Secret agents don't do well. And if you don't have all of your SOI in command and you don't have them on touch plans and you're not calling them quarterly, you're as good as a secret agent. Most of you probably didn't learn anything terribly new by that. And yet it reinforces what we already know that maybe we haven't been doing to the best of our ability. Is that a fair statement? So we are going into 2023. We want you guys to be set up for success. If you have not yet signed up for the Ignite series, you've all been sent a link to it. If you need it, ask me, I'll resend it. Some of you have already signed up. Please do so and take it. Kelly, you're trucking through that. Let's have some feedback. How is it benefiting you?
I'm doing well with I do well with structure as a person, right? It's hard for me sometimes to always get up and do things actively each morning. And going through the Ignite program is helping me get in the right mindset of knowing that it's, we're in a people business, right? But it's less of when you communicate with people, that is, you need to make a connection, but it's also kind of a science where if you put in the work and you put in the time and the energy, results are going to come. It might not come in the exact way or the timeline that you'd expect because of that person variable, but if you put in the work, you will see the results.
Absolutely. Anyone else benefiting from the Ignite series that's on here today?
Yeah, I like it. It's just confirming, it helps me just remember the tools that I keep hearing over and over. And working with the workbook, like writing down things helps put it more into action.
Awesome. Love that.
I don't think I signed up. Can I get that email sent out to me again?
Yeah, do me a favor, Carlos, and email me to request it, just because I can't promise to remember that by myself.
Sounds good.
I signed up and I think I only made it through the first two, I think. And I think I'm struggling with, it's a lot of, I feel like I have a lot of coaching appointments on my calendar, or there's a lot of things that I want to join. And I try not to procrastinate because it's so fun. Like I really enjoy watching that and doing all the mindset stuff. But at the same time, I need to make my calls and the actual agent work. So I feel like I'm trying to balance not to do too many coaching and learning activities only. So I've been trying to do it at night and get my work done in the morning, but then sometimes it's hard with more screen time at night. So I guess that's where I'm struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Valerie, what I would do is calendar time to do it. Because that it's not forever. You don't have to do it ongoing forever, right? But going through that is really important. This is like the basic stuff, right? And so that's why, have you guys noticed that we don't have, even though we have a full PC calendar, we only have a couple main things for you to come to during the week, unless you're choosing to come to some of the market center things. That's intentional for that reason. Because we want to make sure you're getting some good coaching, some good training, but working, right? Because you can go to classes all day long, but if you're not implementing it, what good are they?
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're enjoying them. Make sure you calendar time for it. Even if it's just once a week or twice a week. There's no set time frame that you guys need to go through it, but I would encourage you not to let it take more than 8 weeks. It shouldn't have to take more than that. I realize that there's, by the end of today, number 10 should be up. And there's several more coming. So if you're getting close to 10, there's more coming. I think there will be a total of 20 plus the business planning clinic. And they are important. Okay. But I love the feedback from everybody. I have a question. Those of you that have been doing it, because we hear different things. About video and different things. So my question is, currently we have been doing them where we do the full video and then you do your ahas or whatever that you turn in. And so they're anywhere from probably 25 minutes to almost an hour, depending on the subject. Do you like that where you can just pause and go back to it if you need to, and it's all there in one thing? Or you notice how it will segue from this thought, now we're going into this thought, but it's all in the same lesson, where it'll show that timeline. Would it be better if we broke it into multiple videos?
I think it's fine as is. I don't necessarily think you need to shift it up into separate videos. I like that as you go through the videos, oftentimes like when there's an interactive portion in the actual notebook, you say, okay, pause this video, do that, come back to it. I have found that when I do those, sometimes I try to rewind. Like if it's a longer exercise, I'll try to rewind, or if I get distracted and come back to it 30 minutes later. and it's difficult to kind of, rewind like up 2 minutes if it's an hour-long video. So that might benefit, but it's not that big of an issue. It doesn't hurt me at all to watch an extra, get another minute or 30 seconds to recap. If anything, it probably helps.
Okay, Linnell, Valerie, just because you've already commented, do you like the format that they're in?
I like it. Yeah, I don't mind pausing and then going back.
Okay, awesome. Just checking because we hear different, not from anybody that's watched it. Matter of fact, we're getting a lot of great feedback from people that are doing it. But when people talk about how videos work best for people, the whatever tech people, they say short videos work better. And I would agree with that when we're talking about something we post on social media, right? Because you don't want to trap people into, and so I just wanted to, that's why I was asking, because I want to make sure that they're benefiting you guys, because that's the
No, I
intent.
think it's good to keep them around, like if it's under or around an hour, because then that's kind of the mindset you can put yourself into, that's what I'm doing now. I think if it was 10-minute sequences, it would be very broken up. But as long as it doesn't turn into more than an hour and a half, because then I would have to probably stop it and continue at a later time sometimes. I think it's a good format.
Great feedback, thank you. Yeah, too, it might also for some, not you guys, of course, but it might also for some be an excuse just to watch 10 minutes and then take 2 weeks to get back to watch the next 10 minutes. This way you kind of commit to the lesson. Awesome, I appreciate you taking the time to give me that feedback, thank you. All right, it is 12:29. Thank you guys for participating today. Hopefully you got some good names to add to your database from our exercise. Valerie, did you have something else?
Yeah, I just had one question. Is Ashley not doing coaching anymore? I just
He
saw
is
that
not.
email. Oh,
He is not. Yes, he, as of yesterday or Friday, I guess, is no longer with us. And he's great. We wish him well, and he's pursuing other things. And but we still have an entire coaching team here for you. So we just wanted to let everybody know, because we don't want people reaching out and emailing him and stuff. He's not doing that anymore. So
is there a special person? Because he was more on the transaction side, right? Is there a special person that is more the transaction person now, or?
no, all the coaches will be doing all of it at this point. Okay. Yeah. And we may be bringing on a new one soon, but probably not right away. We won't need to just yet. But yeah, no, you'll still get all the same help. We'll still email PC Ask a Coach. That's where we're all still looking for things, and you'll get all the same help. All righty, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your day and week, and we'll see you in various coachings this week.
Thanks, Jodi.
Thank you, Jodi.